Hey, what's good, guys? It's your boy G Marcus TV, back with a brand new video. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And I hope you guys are taking care of yourself. I hope you guys are drinking your water and drinking your smoothie. Of course, as you guys know from the title, I'll be doing an episode review on Raising Kanan Season 2, and this is episode number 2. Yes, I know it got skipped to episode number 2, but as you guys know from the previous video that I did on the show Rap Shit, definitely check those out. That's one of my favorite shows right now. But I had a situation with Stars, where Stars was acting up on my cable, so I had to go straight to episode number 2. So, of course, you guys know how it works. I do a recap, and then I give my thoughts on the episode. So, let's just get straight to it. So, in the last episode, Detective Howard, of course, you guys know in the last season that Kanan shot him, and he survived the shooting. And just to let you guys know, Detective Howard does not have the cancer anymore. He's not going to die anymore, because when Kanan shot him, and they did the surgery and everything to get him back to life, they was able to give him the donation that he needed, that he was trying to get from Kanan. He doesn't really remember what's going on, at least that's what he's telling the cops. He does not remember what happened, but he knows what the hell happened. So he meets up with Rock in the same park that Kanan shot him. So he ends up telling Rock that Kanan can't shoot for shit. She's thinking it's going to be like a regular meetup. He's just going to harass her, talking shit because he doesn't really have good memory. But nope, as they're talking, he brings it up that Kanan can't shoot for shit. So as he says that, she knew that he remembers. It was a funny scene. The acting from both of them, from Detective Howard and Kanan's mom, that it was great. So he ends up saying that he's not gonna get Kanan arrested for it, but he wants him to know that he is his father. So he tells her that he's gonna tell him, which was kind of annoying. I'm like, the writing for that part, kind of stupid. I'm like, my nigga, why are you giving her a heads up? Why are you giving her a warning? Just go tell him that, yo, you're his father. Like, now she knows that, alright, she has the heads up. He also informs her that one of the people that work for her, which is Scrap, the guy that lost his eye, he's an informant for the police. He let her know because he was just like, oh, well, I want to keep our son out of jail. Kanan and Jukebox goes to Famous's house where he was smashing a chick from the night before. The girl's knocked out. So they're just looking at him like, yo, like, you know, you got to get this girl out of here because your mom's about to come in. Even Famous sister, she's just like, yo, you got to get this girl out of here before mommy comes. But the mom comes just in time and she is pissed off. Cursing his out in Spanish. She was like, yo, get this whore out of here. I told you I don't want no whore in my house. She was going off. So the mom is cursing him out in Spanish, going hard. He makes up a story talking about how she got locked out of her dorm room and he just had her there. But nope, the mom ends up kicking his ass out the house. So it cuts to now Marvin's in anger management. So Marvin's just there eating his chips while the whole anger management session is going on, the whole group session they're having. And everybody's talking about what their triggers are. This one guy talked about what his triggers were, which was being ignored, people not seeing him, not acknowledging him. They cut to Marvin. Marvin says he has no triggers, and the guy gets upset with him. And Marvin just goes like, well, I'm ignoring you. You know what I'm saying? I don't even see you. So the guy gets really upset, gets in Marvin's face, and then Marvin just lets it go. He just laughs at him basically, like, dude, you ain't gonna do shit. So as Rock is looking for Kanan, she runs into Jukebox, and Jukebox is basically, she's been on a quest to looking for her mom. So she asks Rock about the mom, and Rock just goes like, hey, well, some people are not fit to be parents. It's a big responsibility. Basically just brushes off, does not give it any information about the mom. So it was a nice little cute scene where she ends up kissing her on the forehead. So the parents of Jukebox's ex-girlfriend, the one that died from the overdose, the parents are there at the police station, and they want Jukebox arrested. They want her to be fried. What seems like the police chief, he's just like, there's no evidence that she killed her. There's no evidence that she gave her the drugs. And she's like, yo, she might as well have taught her how to smoke it. You know what I mean? It's like, she killed our daughter. Like, they were really pissed off. So he's like, there's nothing they could do because there's no proof. And they're just pointing fingers. They're blaming everybody for it. They're just basically saying that, all right, you guys not arresting this girl. My daughter's blood is on all of you guys' hands. They leaving the police chief. He's just going off on Detective Howard's partner because she was actually doing an investigation. She was following Jukebox around. He's just looking at her like, yo, you f***ed up. I'm defending the precinct, not you. So Rock, Marvin, and Lou, they end up talking about how Scrap is a possible snitch. And Lou is just on some shit like, listen, I don't want nothing to do with this. Like, this guy's been down with us for a long time. Like, I already killed Little Man, which was in the first season. He killed Kanan's friend. So I'm not doing this. So if you're gonna do it, I'm not pulling the trigger. But she's saying that they might not have to take the guy out, and they're very hesitant. They really don't want to do it. They end up recruiting one of Unique's guys, where they're gonna move him up faster than they move up Scrap. So Famous being kicked out of the house, he's seeing if he can move in with Kanan, and Kanan's just like his mom's not gonna accept it. So he thinks of a way where he can make some money, which is selling the mixtapes. The mixtapes that nobody want, because as you guys know from the last season, he's a rapper, he had a good song, but nobody's really checking for his music like that. He's just like, yo, let's just sell the mixtapes, and Kane's just looking like, yo, we can't sell that because nobody wants it. They end up later on talking to Lou at the studio, and Lou ends up giving the mixtapes for free. So as they're talking, Lou just tells Famous like, yo, stop smoking weed, get your shit together, start making some new songs, and I'll start working with you again. So they're at one of the stash houses where Rock keeps the money and I think some of the drugs, and Rock is talking to one of the owners, and there's rats everywhere. Rats is just eating up the money. So Rock is just really depending on rat traps, those type of things, instead of getting exterminated. So the woman was just like, yo, you have all this money here, why you just don't invest in the damn exterminators? Get rid of all these damn rats. So the woman convinces her to get rid of the rats with the exterminator. And the woman was also talking about how she's saving her money to get a house for the family. So it kind of like had a light bulb in Rock's ear. So after that, she comes out of the room that they're in, and she sees Unique's baby mother. Slow motion. Unique's baby mama is just there shopping regular, and Rock is just going, but she just has that stare. Just looking at her with that dead stare. So Marvin tells Scrap like, yo, we about to move somebody else up, which is the new guy that they recruited, and we're not gonna move you up, but don't worry about it, we're gonna get you eventually. So he's pissed off. He's just like, yo, I lost an eye for you guys. I've been busting my ass, I've been doing everything I'm supposed to do. I've been even having my cousin move pictures and stuff like that around. It's just like, do you know how hard that shit to do with one eye? He was really going hard. They was like, yo, just stay put, we got you in the future, but now we gotta move this guy up. So now Rock is trying to get a house in Rosedale, like one of those pricey houses. But of course, you know, she's a drug dealer, so they're saying it's like, okay, no problem. But she just tells her, all right, well, it's no problem. She says we're gonna need at least 2 proofs of income, that type of shit, to make sure the money that they're giving is legit. Rock was just like, don't worry, put this together, I got this. So Juke found the mom where the mom lives. She actually used Detective Howard's partner to find the mom. So Marvin does an investigation of his own to see if Scrappy is lying about going to help his cousin out to put out the pictures. So he goes there, he acts like he's a handyman, asking the girl like, okay, do you need help putting these things up? She was just like, last time I put a picture up was Michael Jackson's Thrillers album. So boom, she got caught right there in the lie. He finds that out, he drives off, so you know your boy Scrap is in trouble. So now a new character is introduced, which this guy is called Cartier Ferrer. He looks like he's going to be something, like a real interesting character, because Kanan does the introduction and he says that his money is clean as hell. So he comes in to see Lou and Crown about the new singer that Lou found. Because in the last episode, Lou found this singer that was singing in the car and he wants to sign into the label. So Lou and Crown, they go back and forth. Like, Crown is not really too sure about the girl. Mind you, I forgot to mention, Crown in the last episode started f***ing Lou's girl. And I'm just like, oh, you know this is going to be a big situation. I don't think Crown is actually going to make it. They all talking, and the new character says, okay, so why we just don't do a single deal where we all can eat? Where the girl does a single and they see that they can blow up, so everybody's going to eat. So Crown is not trying to do the investment. He's not really with it. And Lou's just looking at him like, yo, I'm the one that's putting money into this. So we doing this. So they all agreed to it, except for Crown. Crown is tight. Famous and Kanan, they're out in the street, they selling the mixtapes. While trying to sell the mixtapes, nobody wants it. The cops end up stopping them and searching them for drugs and other stuff. So the cops was actually going to bust them for, I'm guessing, soliciting. But the cops was going to actually bust them for it, but let them go. Kick the tapes on the street, all types of shit. So Rock and Kanan, they finally speak, and Rock tells Kanan like, yo, Detective Howard is going to come to you and tell you a whole bunch of. Just know that his mind is a little twisted up. He doesn't have good memory. But yeah, just be aware. So Kanan is scared as hell, because Kanan's over here just on some like, yo, I do not want to go to jail. I don't want to get wrapped up in this. Like, I just want to be good, because in the previous episode he said that he's not really cut out for this game. My favorite scene in this episode, of course, Unique gets out of jail. He got out of jail. He's staying with his baby mama's mom. So she's just mad like, yo, like he was supposed to stay for one night. He's not supposed to stay here for a long time. Like, what the hell is going on? So he checked her. So I sent you and your bum friends to Atlantic City. I bought you cars. I put money down. And you gonna treat me like this, basically? Like, you really gonna on me like this? Love that scene. So the baby mama tells Unique that, hey, well, I ran into Rock and I was scared to death. Like, she's scared of Rock because of the whole staring scene and everything. And he's just looking at her like, listen, she's not gonna do nothing else. You good? Don't worry about it. I got this. So it comes to Rock, Marvin, and Lou again, and they make the decision that they're actually gonna take out the boy Scrappy. But of course, Lou maintained, he said he's not gonna be the one to pull the trigger. So, Unique, he goes to go speak to Dean. Of course, you guys don't know, Dean is like the big boss. He's one of like the big bosses up there that still sell drugs, but he's more low-key with his shit. He's at a bingo hall with a whole bunch of family members and friends, old people. Like, he's more chill, but you know not to fuck with this guy. So he gets there to talk to him, and one of his security guards or whatever basically gave him a hard time. It was a funny scene, a hard time. Like, yo, he only sees family or friends, and you're not family. Of course, Unique, he's fresh out of jail. He needs help. He needs the help. And he was like, yo, when I get back on my feet, I'll give you 13%. And Dean was just not having it. He was just like, listen, right now you hot. The cops is after you. They think that you killed the cop. We can't f with you. So he's trying to convince him, like, listen, I did not kill the cop. It was not me, and it's going to be fine. But Dean shuts it down and said he's not going to do it. Unique is tight. He ends up flipping over a table. He was just in a rage, really pissed off. So Lou and Famous's sister, they for one more time in the studio. She was just riding him, so she gets off and she just basically tells him like, yo, Kanan got me a job in LA where I'll be working for a management company. So he's sad, like he's tight. You're just gonna leave me, leave your brother? Like, what the fuck are you doing? She's just like, yo, she gotta do what she gotta do for her. It has to happen. So he's just looking at her like, you, which I would have did the same thing too. I'm just like, you really gonna just disappear like that? It was a crazy scene, but he just basically tells her, yo, get the f out. So Unique goes back to his spot where all the drug dealers hung out and everything, and his spot is trash. It looked like the FBI and everybody else just raided the spot. Everything is trash, broken up, beaten up. He's there, he's tight, he sits down, and his boy, the one that Rock just recruited for her team, he comes in and they're talking. He's like, yo, we about to get back on our feet. I need you to do it, you know, do what we do. So we get this back popping, and he just tells him like, no, he's not working with him no more. He doesn't have no more. He's basically working with Rock. So of course, you know, this Unique is tight. So now Famous sister it's her last day in New York. She's leaving for LA. She tells everybody goodbye. She tells Famous goodbye, the mom goodbye. It ends off with Scrap, Lou, and Marvin. They're in a car together. They're going to a spot. So they're making Scrap believe that, okay, well, they're going to move him up a little bit. You know, they're going to move him up. So he's happy. He's excited. He's talking. But the thing I loved about this scene, even though it was predictable, they wasn't saying shit. They just had this guy laughing, smiling, just full of energy. And Lou and Marvin, they wasn't saying a word. So they finally bring him to the spot, and the spot is empty. They have him in the spot. So Marvin, he lights a cigarette. Lou is just there. Next thing you know, as he's all happy, and a hand with a gun comes out of nowhere. He puts it to his head, and he's just like, turns. It's slow motion. Everything is slow motion. He turns. He was like, no. Next thing you know, boom. Shot right in his head. One of the things I loved about the scene, even though it was predictable, I just loved how it was slow motion and Lou just walked out. He just turned his back and he walked out. And Marvin even teared up. You know that they didn't want to do that. It was all Rock. But this episode was really good. I give this a 9. It was a solid 9. I was entertained by it. Like I said, before killing the dude, they were just silent as hell. You just felt it. That was a great scene right there. I love the scene with Rock where she seen the baby mama in the deli and was just staring at her. And it was slow motion. And I loved Unique's acting, aka Joey Bass. I loved his acting. The way he was just there and just mad, just pissed off. He came back to everything. He just really upset. Everything just f***ed up. People ain't trying to work with him. That was good. The writing for that one was good. What I did not like about this episode, that it stopped it from being a 10, was the fact that Detective Howard was over here talking about, oh, I'm gonna tell Kanan, you know that Rock set you up. You ain't stupid. Why would you still try to get her involved? Like, why would you do that? Yes, you gave her the warning that Scrap is an informant, but you're really gonna let her know, give her the heads up, you're gonna tell her Kanan? That was dumb. That's the only thing about that just kept me from giving it a 10. It lost a point for that one. But other than that, it was a solid episode. I loved it. Can't wait to see next week's episode. I'm very excited to see what's about to happen. Make sure you guys stay tuned. I'm bringing this every single week. And also check out the rap show that's on HBO that comes on 9 o'clock every Thursday. That's another good show that I'm reviewing. Make sure you guys check that out. Let me know what's up. Let me know what you guys think. Love you guys. Thank you guys. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. And of course, I'll be here every single week. This is your boy G Marcus TV, signing off.
Got it. That's a wrap.